Okay, thank you, Isabella. Greetings, everyone. As Isabella mentioned, you are welcome to our, our regional call titled Empowering Young Water Professionals through IWA YWP Chapters in Asia Pacific. My name is Jacqueline Sampa-Ejay from Consumers Africa, based in Ghana, and a member of the IWA YWP Steering Committee. And I'm delighted to co-host this session alongside my colleague, Rita Noel from France. We are truly excited to bring together young professionals from across the Asia Pacific region and beyond to share insights, experience, and indicate work being done to shape the future of water. Now, before we dive in, let me quickly take you through a few housekeeping points. This event is being recorded and will be available on demand via IWA Connect Plus with presentation slides and other useful materials. Please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat, as Isabella has mentioned. Share your name, your country, and your social media handles if you would like to do that. If you have any question for the speakers, kindly post them in the chat box and we will gather them for the Q&A panel discussion. Your microphone and your camera controls are at the bottom left of your screen. Please keep yourself muted unless you are invited to speak. No need to share screen. All slides are already available for today's presentation. Now let's take a moment to learn more about how to get involved with the IWA as a young water professional. If you are 35 years old or younger, there are several pathways that you can take to be very much acquainted with IWA YWP events and involvement. You can join the Connect Plus YWP group and contribute actively to discussions. You can also be part of the steering committee and help shape the future direction of the YWPs globally. You can get involved in IWA country chapters by joining existing chapters or even creating one in your own country. You can also represent YWPs in the IWA Specialist Group Management Committee. Another way is for you to join the Emerging Leaders Forum that is always held at the World Water Congress and Exhibition. And of course, you can participate in YWP conferences and events or even be part of the organizational committees. And finally, you can keep an eye on special IWA YWP opportunities that you can apply for to get involved. Our agenda for today will begin with a series of chapter presentations from across the region. We'll start with Echoes of New Wave, a resurgence of youth voices in Philippines and beyond. This will be presented by the Philippines chapter. Then we'll move to Empowering Young Water Professionals in China, engagements, innovation, and regional impact. This will be presented by the China chapter. Then we'll move to Shaping Sri Lanka's Future of Water, contribution of young water professionals. This will be presented by the Sri Lanka chapter. Then finally, listen to a presentation by the India chapter on a generation of water leaders from India and their perspectives, local, regional, and global. After all the insightful presentation, we'll have a Q&A panel discussion, then recap and key takeaways will be done. Finally, closing remarks from the HQ. Now, without any further delays, I would hand over to Rita to introduce our speakers and start their presentation. Thank you and enjoy the session.
Thank you, Jackie. Hi, everyone. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. I'll be presenting at first Angelica with the IWA Philippines chapter. She is a senior process engineer at one of Metro Manila's largest water utilities, with over 9 years of experience in wastewater treatment, process design, optimization, and nutrient removal. She leads key initiatives in process improvement, sludge management, and sustainability. The key to you, Angelica.
Thank you, Rita. Good afternoon, good morning, and perhaps good evening to some of you. I will be presenting some of the activities or what we have been doing in our chapter. So let me start with our first slide. Next slide, please. Our mission is simple but powerful. We want to empower, connect, and inspire young water professionals in the Philippines. And our vision is to see YWPs become future leaders shaping sustainable water solutions. So this is the reason we exist as a community to ensure youth's voices are not just heard but part of the real action. Next slide, please. So the Philippines is a country of islands, more than 7,000 of them. We are surrounded by water. So water defines us, yet it also separates us. And as young water professionals, we want to change that. We want to become the bridge and not the boundary. Next slide. So during the pandemic, like many groups, it hit us hard. Activities slowed down, connections were lost, and many YWPs moved on. But instead of fading away, we researched, and from silence, we found new voices. We decided to rebuild and start fresh. Our resurgence didn't start with big conferences. It started with simple, informal meetups through one of our founders, Young Villa. We just gathered, started talking, reconnecting with peers, and we started to create small circles. And through these small circles, it reminded us of the value of community and sparked energy to do more. And by last year in 2024, next slide, we had our first big wave, an opportunity through the Japan Philippine Symposium, which we organized with the Japan Young Water Professionals. So the new committee was the new Philippine Young Water Professionals was not yet as official as it is now back then. But it showed us that when young water professionals come together, even across borders, we can collaborate meaningfully and create impact. So this was the main spark of our resurgence. And then we continued from here by 2020 towards the end of last year. So we created a new steering committee. Next slide, please. Since many YWPs have graduated or moved abroad, we formed a new steering committee, developed a new team with clear objectives and action plans. This was the first step for us to make sure that we can sustain what we started. And then next slide. So through this, we wanted to one of our main priorities was to reconnect, not just with other young water professionals, but through our seasoned professionals. We reach out to our governing body, which is the Philippine Water Works Association. We also re-engage our mentors and connected with members across the country. So continuously, we are connecting with not only young water professionals, but also senior professionals, which helped open the door for young water professionals. And this is where every wave begins. And by the next slide, so these connections led to more opportunities. We were able to join the Water Philippines Expo, and through our governing body, we were also able to be part of the next slide, please. Through these programs, we were able to connect our young water professionals with the senior professionals that are willing to help us. And by more opportunities such as the Asia Pacific Youth Symposium with Asian Development Bank this year, we were also able to join that. And each opportunity gave young voices visibility, so our young water professionals were able to share their innovation. And at the same time, we shared these opportunities with other young water professionals across our region, such as Japan and Singapore. And then lastly, to sustain, next slide, please. So we knew that these big events are not enough. So we tried to sustain these waves and we organized multiple webinars to connect more young water professionals. So aside from collaborating with big event creators, we co-organized events online as well. So we actually host e-kamustahan. So this is our sessions to check in with our members. And through this, we also are able to connect and reconnect with our young water professional peers. We also do a peer hands-on learning sessions with experts. This year we were able to do that with Luke Butler. He's a modeling expert. At the same time, we are also able to organize multiple webinars on various topics in the water industry. So, and lastly, so through these waves, young water professionals' voices were not only heard but actually acted upon. Young water professionals' innovations were recognized and were seen as part of the solution. We have seen this in the various events that we joined. Um, this would not have been possible without the support of our seasoned professionals as well and mentors who guided us and opened doors for opportunities. They gave us all the available platforms they can give for us to be heard, and their support is the anchor that strengthens our waves. So, while our country is separated geographically by water, we choose to be connected through it. So these connections now extend beyond our shores, and we are trying to expand these connections towards the Asia Pacific region. Um, so that is all. The new wave has started in the Philippines, but it doesn't stop there. It flows outward, connecting youth voices across Asia and the Pacific. And if you want to know more about what our upcoming events are, you can follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook through at Philippine Young Water Professionals. Thank you very much. This is a good opportunity for us to share what we have been doing in the Philippine Young Water Professionals. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angelica, for showing and highlighting how the engagement of the young water professionals with senior professionals and sharing experiences and growing together is very important. Now we're going to continue with Yumeng from the Young Water Professionals Chinese chapter. Dr. Yumeng Zhao is an associate professor at the School of Environment, Harbin Institute of Technology in China. She holds a PhD in civil engineering from HIT and completed a joint PhD program in environmental engineering at Yale University. Dr. Zhao's research focuses on advancing innovative water treatment technologies. I'll give to you, Yumeng.
Thank you, Rita, for the kind introduction. So hello, everyone. I am Yumeng Zhao, and I'm very honored here today to introduce the IWA YWP China chapter. Next page, please. So our chapter was established in 2012 as a significant platform for young water professionals to exchange experiences, strengthen collaborations, and explore opportunities for career development. Our guiding principles are innovation, openness, sharing, and collaboration. And the next page, please. Currently, we have 340 registered members. Next page, please, Rita. Yes. So currently we have 340 registered members in total, with 190 active members. And among them, we have 30% from industry and 35% are female professionals. And they represent prestigious universities, renowned research institutions, and leading companies across China. Next page, please. So in 2023, we updated our rules for member election and retention, which now take into account multiple factors, such as academic and industry background, gender, geography, and age. So this ensures that our membership structure remains balanced and diverse. And next page, please. Yes. Next page, please. Yes, so turning to our activities, since 2013, we have held an annual meeting every year. So these meetings provide opportunities for academic exchange, industry engagement, and building a stronger sense of community among members. And next page, please. And to connect with the international community, we also co-organized capacity building activities on global platforms. For example, we co-hosted a series of 7 webinars to share highlights from the IWA World Water Congress in Copenhagen in 2023. And next page, please. And also we launched this Rising Star program, which is specifically designed for young researchers, such as postdocs, PhD candidates, and master's students. So each selected participant is paired with a career mentor for regular guidance, and outstanding members are recognized with a Rising Star Award. So the next page, please. So the next page actually shows our Rising Star Award. And the next page, please. And we also reach out to universities through YWP events, promoting communication among students and young scholars. For example, in partnership with the journal Frontiers of Environmental Science and Engineering, we have hosted online open forums and youth discussion forums, which offers further opportunities for dialogues among young water professionals. And the next page, please. And beyond academia, we also organize So this is actually our youth forum, which is held in Tsinghua 2 years ago, and we also hold this activity every year, so that we can continue to have a bond in all sorts of colleges and also with the young scholars and students. Next page, please. And beyond academia, we also organize industry docking activities to promote collaboration between academia and industry. We provide technology showcase platform where young water professionals can demonstrate emerging technologies and their application scenarios. And next page, please. So this is our tech show platform where young water professionals can show their emerging technologies and their application scenarios to all sorts of experts across China. Next page, please. So in summary, our chapter is committed to supporting young professionals, strengthen international connections, and build the future of water environment and ecology, both in China and globally. So this is our presentation, and thank you for your attention. And I would be happy to take any questions you may have in the further Q&A sessions. Thank you, Rita.
Thank you very much, Yumeng, for highlighting the efficiency of the China Young Water chapter and providing career mentorships through the Rising Star program especially. I'm going to introduce now Indrajit from the Sri Lankan chapter. Indrajit serves as the communications officer of the IWA Young Water Professionals chapter in Sri Lanka, where he plays a key role in promoting youth engagement, knowledge sharing, and innovation in the water sector. He is also a climate and environment specialist at UNICEF Sri Lanka, working on initiatives that strengthen climate resilience and WASH. I give it to you, Indrajit.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rita, for this kind introduction, and also Isabella and YWP Steering Committee. Thank you for giving us this wonderful opportunity. And also congratulations to my colleagues who has done wonderful job, especially Philippines and Chinese chapter. It is inspired to see your work. So I'm going to present how YWPs in Sri Lanka is contributing to shape our water sector. So first, next slide, please. So I'm giving a brief introduction to our chapter. So we officially started our chapter in 2023, and basically our objective is to create this platform to where these Sri Lankan young water professionals to share their knowledge and also to share their experience to empower our water sector. So basically what we wanted to do is through this our YWP chapter is to integrate this global innovation, global knowledge to our national planning and also policy level activities. So next slide, please. So I will give a brief introduction to our status of current water and sanitation situation in the country. So if you look at the graphs, we are at a better position compared with the other countries in the region. But according to the SDG tracker, we are on track. I mean, I would say we are on progress. So we have like 90% of household level accessibility to safe drinking water and sanitation, and out of that 60% have this connected water. and pipe connected water, and others use dug wells and other rainwater harvesting, other point sources for their water usage. And also, if you look at the sanitation coverage, we are at like 97 of the proportion of our population have this improved sanitation, but only like 2% is having connected networks, but it is like improved sanitation. So numbers are quite good, but numbers really doesn't reflect the actual situation. If you look at the inside of this, we really have these disparities in the country, like especially when you look at the urban and rural sector sections in the country. Rural has like lesser numbers, as they are not like this, especially like when it comes to the estate sector, rural estate sector. 57 of people only have this safe accessibility to safe water and sanitation, which is one of the key issues in the country. And other thing is water quality concerns. Sri Lanka is mainly based on agricultural activities. Our water sources are polluted with these agricultural contaminants, especially chemical contaminants, and also we have a little bit of industries too. Industrial pollution is also there. And other thing is outdated technology. We don't have real-time monitoring systems and all. So we have very limited pipe uh, and wastewater infrastructure we have. And data is also a key problem in our country. And climate impact is worsening this existing situation. It is exacerbating the situation. So as YWPs, uh, we wanted to touch these. We wanted to focus this problem and try to contribute to shape our water sector. Next slide, please. Uh, so, as a country, our government had a vision called Water for All, which they targeted to expand their project to get local expertise and focus especially water security and water safety. So, as a YWP chapter, we try to align our activity plan with them. So, especially water safety is one of the key tools that we use in our country, and especially we try to get these best management practices, especially with considering the all supply chain of water from catchment to consumers. So with this, we try to bridge the gap, especially with the research and national level planning. We wanted, as a YWP chapter, we really wanted to uh, contribute, especially in these key areas. So community engagement is one of the key areas that we wanted to work on. And then other one is this capacity building and training programs for young water professionals. And other thing is building networks and partnerships. We consider this as one of the key objective of our chapter. And other thing is education and research. We really wanted to support education and research in undergraduate and postgraduate levels in the university education. Next slide, please. So with this, I wanted to show you some of the activities that we did under each objective of our work plan. So this is one of the community-based project. We did an awareness program for rural community to enhance their knowledge on water safety and uh, efficient use of water. And other thing is, I mentioned that especially in estate sector in our country, the sanitation is not that improved. So we tried to like come up with a proposal and try to apply for a grant to give them some good sanitation facilities. But unfortunately, it was, I mean, our financial proposal was rejected. But what I want to highlight is we tried to like come up with these type of activities and try to help and try to contribute to the people who are in need. So next slide, please. And other thing is capacity building activities that we did. We conducted several of webinars, online programs so far, and NBS is one of the key areas that we wanted to touch on. And we also a part of in 2023 we also partnered with the Network for Nature-Based Solutions Sri Lanka, which is a network of which are having the membership of University of Peradeniya, Sri Lanka, RMIT University of Australia, APN Network, and all. They're also a member of that network, and we also became one of the members. So NBS is one key area that we wanted to dive in, and capacity building, and like this, we are planning in our coming years. We are planning to conduct more training and capacity building programs for our YWPs. Next slide, please. And this is one activity that we did for building our network and partnerships. So establishing these university chapters, university student chapters is one of the key. And we initially planned to have 3 university chapters, but we could conduct only one. I mean, we could establish only one chapter. But in the coming years, we are planning to go ahead with this initiative. And it was very successful because throughout our time, we were able to have good engagement of these young people from these universities. Next slide, please. And research is also one of the thing that we try to touch, and this is one of our efforts that we try to support Department of Community Water Supply, which is mainly looking after our rural sector water water treatment and supply water. So here what we did was we tried to see the sustainability of their water treatment systems and the practices that they did, and then we came up with good research work after this. And what we as a chapter did was we tried to help in the data collection part of this research, and then we actually humbly proud of the work that this research team did, and we as a chapter we really happy with that outcome of that. So next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah, thanks. So throughout this period, we actually were able to learn so much. So as a bit young chapter, we still try to progress in our baby steps. So we learned so much. Like one thing is water is everyone's responsibility. As a chapter, we not only focus on technical or engineering aspects, but also the other aspects too, like social, policy, governance, and all. So they all should be there, and working in the silos is not going to make any meaningful achievement. So that is one of the key things that we learned, and inclusivity is a key thing in the country. And in the coming years, we try to collaborate more partnerships, more networks, and we want to expand our YWP network beyond our island. And we want to support more research and innovation, and we want to bring more global knowledge into our water sector. So I would like to openly invite all young water professionals to join with us and work collaboratively with us. And this is our executive committee of Sri Lanka's chapter, and this is outgoing executive committee. Actually, in the coming weeks, we'll be having our election, and I also like to invite Sri Lankan YWPs to apply. You'll be having more opportunities throughout that. And next slide, please. With that, I would like to invite everyone to submit your work to IWA Water Safety Conference, which is happening in Sri Lanka. So submit your work, and I would like to openly invite everyone. So with that, I would conclude my presentation and happy to answer any question that you may have. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Indrajit. Thank you for highlighting one of the most important challenges in the water sector, in particular in Sri Lanka, in wash and sanitation, and the importance of working all of us together, including young water professionals. I'm going to give the speech next to Danish. He's the chair of the IWA Young Water Professional India chapter, serves as a senior project scientist at the Global Water Climate Adaptation Center at the Indian Institute of Technology in Madras. He holds bachelor's in civil engineering, master's in coastal management, and currently pursuing a doctoral degree in Department of Ocean Engineering in India. I give to you in Danish.
Thanks, Rita. Thanks for the introductions. Good morning and good afternoon and good evening to all here. So this is a small representation of IWA YWP India chapter. We are one of the youngest chapter who has a very big population of 1.46 billion. And so just give you just of an idea of what we perceive as a new generation of water leaders from India and their perspective in local and regional and global. Yeah, please, next slide, please. So currently we are of like 20 members equally distributed, like with 11 male and like 9 female, who are very versatile and very dynamic, who are distributed across in different fields. So it's very good to work along with them. As being the chair, I have this very good opportunity to know different versatile people within India who are very much eager to contribute on water. So that's what we perceive is like be the change you wish to see in the world, as quoted by Mahatma Gandhi. We have a very strong vision to include all the water professionals across India to be a part of this action. Yeah, next slide, please. To give a small status of what is India and what we do, as like almost as I said before, we are 1.46 billion people, almost like 17.7% of the total population of the world. And as you also know that we have 96% of fresh water, but in India we only have 4% of fresh water. And to be distributed for 1.46, you know how much water stress it would be directly. And as a status of the SDG Goal 6, currently, we have improved a lot from 2018 to the current year. Still running about like 71%. We are having a target of 2030 to be 100% water efficient country. So we also believe, as we are all the members of the steering committee are like very having a good foundation of education in different fields. We also feel that education is the most powerful weapon which can be used to change the world, as Nelson Mandela said. And so, next slide, please. So we have a strong vision on capacity building. So that's what we do as a core. So we arrange for webinars, workshops, seminars. As we have, since we started, we almost organized 4 different webinars. We have multiple bilateral, multilateral meetings with different research institutes and industries and government agencies. As we also closely work with our main India chapter, who are very much having a good positions across different fields in the water sectors. Our peers are having a good foundation who have given us a path where we can contribute much more on many research, as well as we are also into blog articles on the current status of India and its water issues and the technology that what we research on. So we are still planning to go ahead with arrangements of symposiums and podcasts. Yeah, next slide, please. As I said before, we have a very strong team. We are good in research and collaboration with multiple research institutes across India, as these are some of the institutes who are a part of already the IWA YWPs. Next slide, please. Not only that, we don't stop within the IWA, we also closely collaborate with the other water sectors who are contributing to the water actions, like the IHR, the IHR Young Water Professionals, IWA OES. So the International Association for Hydrologists, Groundwater Youth Networks, as few of the members are also associated with the similar kind of network. So we also closely work with them as a part of it. And we also represent in multiple regional and national and global forums. I am very fond to say that we have 2 LEAP and Grid Force Youth Fellowships already there within the team of the steering committee of IWA YWP India chapter. We also had members who have represented in IWA World Congress and World Water Week in Sweden, IHO World Congress, and India Water Week. Yeah. Next question, please. Next slide, please. The main part of our team is to build a network across platforms, as well as not only platforms, also to different regions, as India is vast with different regions. So we are trying to build interconnectivity between and inter-regions connective through scientific and dialogues. And not only that, we also would like to have extend our collaborations with Global North and Global South, as few of us are already working with a few of the European segments and Latin American segments. And also we have also few partners in Thailand and Nepal. And so we also have trying to build a connectivity between Global South and South-South connectivity, because we know that a single challenge is not give a solution. So we have to be united. So we try to work along with all the different sectors. Yeah, next slide, please. So that is all from us, because we are just a new young chapter. We would like to have your connections, and you can reach out to us through this LinkedIn page, as well as we have our email ID. And to give you much more in presence, that we are planning to host the second IWA conference on non-sewage sanitations in IIT Palakkad between 9 and 12th of July 2026. You're always welcome to be a part of that conference. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Danish. Thank you for highlighting also the importance of education and awareness, especially in the water sector. Thank you, everyone, for keeping tidy with time. It's time now for Q&A questions. Any of the participants has any questions for the panel discussion? Feel free to unmute and, yourself and ask the question. If you cannot talk, you can write in the chat as well.
Okay, there was a question on by Chels here. So I can give you a perspective from my side. Being a governing member or being a part of a steering committee or a chapter, it gives you a wider range of connections between your peers, so that you get to know and engage with multiple different versatile people whom you may have not at all met before, and who have a strong foundation and working career in maybe the field where you are interested in, or also or some other research institutes where you can also collaborate with. So that kind of like multiple occasions where you have many opportunities to be in the chapter, where you will find new opportunities as well. So that is one of the benefits that you have being a chapter or a governing member. Am I audible?
Thank you very much, Dennis. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and also just to follow up on what Danish just said. So for so in the China chapter, when we collaborate with other industries, with companies, they can also provide us with some fundings. So with the fundings, we can further organize all sorts of activities within China or abroad or internationally. So this would be a good way to reach out to the industry partners and to be able to get some fundings by collaborating with them. And also they can use our platform, the IWA platform or the IWA China platform, to further expand their influence within the industry. So I think it's kind of like a win-win scenario for both us and also the industrial partners.
Yes, perfect. Very valuable information. Thank you, Yumeng. Junsang, you have a question? You raised your hand.
Yes, I do. Thank you. Thank you really much. I'm from Canada chapter, and I do have a question, actually two. The very first question is for the China chapter, Yumeng's question, right? Sorry for that. As the newly appointed Atlantic Regional Director, my zone covers 4 provinces. To be honest, it's very difficult to organize an in-person event that includes all 4 provinces. However, online events might make members feel they lack substance. Based on your experience, Chinese chapters often collaborated with universities to host in-person events. So do you ever organize the standard in-person event? How should you address the challenge of member participation across the different cities or provinces? Thank you.
Thank you, Xinjiang. That's a very good and very practical question. Actually, during the COVID time, we do have a lot of difficulties organizing in-person conferences. But right now, I think with everything is gradually okay now, it's actually quite easy for us to organize such event because we have a lot of management committee members. So we have about 20 members who are all helping with managing the China chapter now. So each of us will have a certain part of responsibility, like for example, hosting an annual meeting. We have more than 10 professors and engineering trying to co-host this thing all together. So for each of us, the pressure for each of us is actually quite low. So we also meet regularly, like per month. Every month we meet once a month to discuss the details, the logistics, everything that we need to prepare for the upcoming conference. So I think it's because we have a lot of people, so we are able to manage such big in-person conferences or activities more smoothly.
Noted. Thank you
very
so
much,
much.
Yimeng.
For the next question about every time when you organize an event, will you make some fee or just totally free for our student members?
I think I can continue answering this question. So for the activities in China, all of the activities are free. And we also send out some souvenirs and prizes for some students.
So if I'm not wrong, it will be a good idea to make a very separate event for different province. And if we need to make like a whole 4 provinces event, we should be online. It's more good. And every year we have IWA YWP annual conference. And in that moment, we can make like a whole 4 provinces event for whole let's say members in person. Is that correct?
Sorry, I don't actually understand what you're.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just to still continue that question. So I mean, if I'm not wrong, it should be more good idea when we make a separate event for the different provinces. And every year, our Canada chapter have annual conference, and in that moment we can invite for whole 4 provinces student member to participate the in-person event. Is that a good question? Sorry, is that a good idea?
Xinjiang?
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. I will pass it to our chair to see if he's able to manage that.
I'm going to apologize from you, Junzeng. We need to move to another question. If possible, you can have this discussion privately. It would be great. Isabella, you have anything to say?
Oh no, that's all my questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Isabella.
No, Hita. I was just gonna say that the management of conference within the chapters depends on the realities of the chapters. We have chapters that are very well established, and we also have chapters that are in the beginning of their track as an IWA YWP chapter. So creating a common framework for all of them, it wouldn't be fair to chapters that are just like beginning. And even within a chapter, sometimes it's easy to organize one annual conference because of the capacity that they have. So each chapter should consider the human resource that they have available, the financial resource that they have available, and what are the capacities that they have, including the partnerships that they have in place. So to reply saying that is a good idea or is not a good idea, it would depend a lot on the reality of the chapters. So yeah, that was my comment. Rita, you can follow up on this.
No worries. Thank you very much, Isabella. I hope that it makes it clear for everyone else. Do we have any other question? So I'm going to take a question from the public that was written. Someone would like to know more on projects where fresh graduates in particular can be directly involved in meaningful and socially impactful water projects. If anyone would like to answer this question, feel free.
I would
Yes, Angelica?
could answer a bit, but as a chapter, we're still just starting at the Philippine Young Water Professionals. So what we do is we open the events and activities to all young water professionals, whether you're a fresh graduate. We don't really classify the YW young water professional as long as you're you say you're a YWP, you can be involved in various activities. So through these sort of sessions they can start by joining the chapter, and then once they join the chapter, for us we add them to our WhatsApp group. There's a sort of an online community, and then from there they can look into different opportunities where they can join. So it can be a small conference or an an e-learning session, something like that. So those are some of the ways that they can be involved. So they don't necessarily need to be in the water industry already. They can be just a fresh graduate and interested in the water industry, and they can be they are welcome to be part of the community. So that's for the Philippine Young Water Professionals.
Thank you, Angelica. Yes, Danish, and we're going to close the panel with you today.
Sure. I can give you some examples on the ground scenario in India. People who are freshly graduate or about to graduate do their interns in a few of the research institutes or the industries where they get to connect with the working professionals, so that gives them the idea of what is required for the profession or the career. Later on, they can move on to a proper foundation of starting either a master program or a career on as a graduate engineer. Yeah, this is how people in India usually do their projects. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Danish. We just have another last question for today from the public. How does IWA measure young water professional engagement across its chapters? I think this question is for you, Isabella.
Yes, I will jump into this. So thank you, Ted, for this question. In IWA, we evaluate the chapters with the work plans. So every year, the chapter has to submit a work plan, and based on this work plan, in the next year, they have to submit an annual report. So we take into consideration all the reports that the chapter has submitted, and we will review them according to some of the criteria that are related to the IWA strategic goals on this. So every year I start sending thousands of emails to the chairs and vice chairs for them to submit the work plan for the coming year and the report from the previous year. And then we do this evaluation in collaboration with the YWP Steering Committee. So it's not only us in the Secretariat, but also the YWP Steering Committee. So we review last year almost 38, 39 work plans, and based on these documents, we have the chapter of the year, which is a recognition that IWA created to recognize the chapter that has achieved and has done more for the YWP community on this. So this is how we measure the engagement with the chapters and the level of the contribution that they have towards the IWA YWP community.
Thank you very much, Isabella, and thank you for everybody, especially the speakers for today. If you have any further questions, please reach out directly to any one of them. We're gonna continue. I will be introducing Chelsea. Isabella, can you reshare the slides, please? Chelsea is gonna give us the conclusion of today before we jump into the IWA events.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, I tried turning my video on before, but internet is not doing great, so I think I'm just going to leave it off to make sure that you can help me. But I just want to reiterate what Rita said and say another big thank you to our speakers today for sharing all your insights. I might be a little bit biased because I am also from the APAC region, but I think it's really great to see that APAC region already has a lot of activities going on in the YWP space, but I also think it has really significant potential for growth as well. We have a mix of well-established chapters as well as newer chapters, and also those chapters who have faced some challenges but have gone through a resurgence and are now absolutely thriving, which is wonderful to see. Our chapters are engaging YWPs through a range of activities, from webinars to mentoring to forums and projects. And these activities are providing YWPs with opportunities for professional development and building networks with both peers and senior professionals, but also contributing to the broader water sector and to communities. So yeah, I think it's really impressive to hear about the work of the chapters, and I guess noting as well that we've had 4 wonderful chapters represented here today, but there are others within the APAC region as well who are delivering a number of great initiatives as well. And yeah, I just love seeing how our chapters are empowering and connecting YWPs and leading the way to ensure that young people are meaningfully engaged in the water sector. So yes, another big thank you, and I'm really excited to see where things go as YWP engagement in the region continues to grow. And if I have another second, I just want to do a quick plug. I can't remember, Isabella, if you're doing this or not, but there is the Aspire conference is coming up, which is a kind of APAC region focused conference. And a number of us have been involved in organising a YWP pre-conference workshop, which is a full day designed by YWPs for YWPs before the main Aspire conference. So if you are heading to New Zealand later this month, please make sure that you check out that special YWP event. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you very much, Chelsea.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Isabella. Here you go. It's for you. You just have to update us with the upcoming IWA events.
Yes, thank you on this, Rita, and thank you, Chelsea, for giving the spoiler about the Aspire conference. I think that is a really good experience for all the YWPs in the region to attend it. I got the opportunity to attend the previous edition in Taiwan, and it was my first time attending an Aspire conference, and I met some amazing YWPs there. And the level of engagement that we have between the YWPs and the GMs in an Aspire conference is fantastic. But coming up to some of the upcoming IWA events and some opportunities for YWPs, the steering committee proposed a career skills series, and we have the sessions coming up online. The first one is gonna be on focus on abstract writing for conferences, and the other one on designing impactful presentations. And I can also give the spoilers that the third episode of this series is gonna be on networking in conferences and also on social media. So you can definitely use it to improve your skills and be prepared, especially if you're thinking about attending an IWA event. And in case you are around London this month in September, we have the Water Horizons to focus on utilities, resilience, and net zero future. So I do recommend that you come and join us here in London. I will be there, so I will be looking to meet some of you attending the event. And since we are talking about the Asia Pacific, we have our Water and Development Congress and Exhibition coming up in Bangkok in December this year. You can see some of the tracks that we will be discussing there. And during the forum, during the Congress, we have the Emerging Water Leaders Forum. You can see here the program committee. The Emerging Water Leaders Forum is an event and a forum focus in young water professionals. So I always highlight that this is an event led by young water professionals, and for young water professionals. And you can see all of them here, the program committee that is engaged on this. And some of the other events that are coming up, we have the Digital Water Summit happening in Turkey next year. And of course, we're going to receive all of you here in the UK for our biggest event, the World Water Congress and exhibition on this. And I have to say that the UK YWP chapter, they are already excited to welcome all of you here in the country. And we will also have some very special activities for YWP happening. And I received some messages that some of you want to know how you can be and how you can become a member of IWA. I did a follow-up by a mail, but in case you haven't checked it yet, you can use the discount code for a new membership on this. And even if you are like renewing your membership with IWA, you can use this code to renew it. And in case you are from Africa, there are some special discounts for African YWPs. And yes, do sign up. And if you have any issues, feel free to reach out to me by email. And thank you for coming. And I hope to see you later in this month for our get-togethers happening. Thank you, Rita and Jackie, for organizing this regional call. Thank you for the speakers. And thank you for everyone to attend it. Have a nice morning, afternoon, evening, and take care. Bye, everyone.
Thank you very much.